Hello everyone, this is Mudipi speaking. I am your tutor as of today until we finish. Those who are in metric, you know that we need to be perfect, especially when we do our stuff. And then for those who are in grade 11, this is the beginning of your metric. So what we need to do is to get our house in order, guys, in order to perfect all the mathematical knowledge. So guys, as you can see, our topic today is exponential equations. Now, from the topic, we have exponents and then equations. Those are two concepts that we need to understand. Now, what is an exponent? An exponent is it's a number of which the base is raised to. And then an equation has two sides. In order for it to balance, there must be a pivot, which is an equal sign, and then you'll have the left-hand side and then the right-hand side. So guys, in order for an equation to balance, or in order for an equation to be an equation, it must balance. If it doesn't balance, it is no longer an equation. It is an inequality. So guys, here we are going to use exponential equations to find the solutions. In short, we can say we are going to solve exponential equations. But in order to solve these equations, we need to know the sets, S-U-R-D-S, because the sets and exponents work hand in glove. So this is it, guys. Now, first and foremost, let us recap on the laws of exponents. Laws of exponents or exponential laws. 1. Exponential laws. Now, these are the laws that governs every calculation that is done using exponents. Yes. Now, the first law is 1. When you multiply, that is multiplication of exponents. When you multiplying powers of same base. What happens when you multiply powers of the same base? What we know is when you multiply powers of the same base, you need to add the exponents. You write the base and again you add the exponents. Exponents. Cool. Now let's take one example. E.g., here you have 5 to the power 3 multiplied by 5 to the power 7. Now, let's look at our rule. Multiplying powers of the same base. Let's check at our bases. Are they the same or not? Let's check. The base, this is an exponent and this is the base. Now, the whole thing, that is 5 to the power 3, the whole 5 to the power 3 is called a power. This is a power, this is the base, and that is the exponent. The other concept for or terminology for exponent is an index. So look at this. 5, 5. Those bases are the same. Now the next step is to write the base. You write the base. Our base is 5, and then 3 plus 7. And then the final answer becomes 5 to the power 10. Now this must be left in exponential. This is exponential form. But if you take your calculator and put this in and then press equal sign, that will be in a simplified form. So we just leave it in exponential form. Then let's take the second rule or the second law. The second law is what happens when you divide powers of the same base. That is dividing powers of the same base. Guys, in the first one here, we were multiplying. So here we divide. The opposite of multiplication is division. And what is multiplication? Multiplication is simplified addition, whereas division is simplified subtraction. So that is why we have multiplication as the inverse of division. So let us try to have an example pertaining this rule. E.g., let's take 5 to the power 7, 5 to the power 7, 5 to the power 7, that's 5 to the power 7, then divide by 5 to the power 3. When you divide powers of the same base, what do you do? Now the rule is, you write the base again. Write the base, and then the next thing is you subtract. Remember, multiplication is the inverse of division. So here we added, now here we subtract. You subtract exponents. You subtract exponents. So always subtract the exponent of the divisor from the dividend, from that of the dividend. So here we are. That will be, we write the base first, like here Here we wrote the base first. Now we also do this. Here, that will be 7, then subtract 3. Now the final solution. The final solution is 5. You write the base again. Then 7 minus 3. Sub A work. Grade 1 work. That is 4. Now this is simple. 5 to the power 4 is 625. How did I get that? Split 5 to the power 2 by 5 to the power 2. That will give you 5 to the power 4. Now 5 to the power 2 is 25. Then 25 times 25 is 625. Now this is the simplified form, whereas this one is still in exponential form. So guys, let's move on. We now move to the third rule. The third rule is when a power is raised to another power. When a power is raised to another power. A power raised, power raised to another power. Now, a power is a combination of the base as well as the exponent. So, let us write our power. Here is our power. We take 5 to the power 7. And then this is raised to another power, which is 3. So what do we do? In grade 9 and 8, we normally did this. And then, what did they do? You added it. They used rule number 1. Multiplying powers of the same base, what do you do to the exponents? You add them up. Now, even here, when we are now multiplying powers of the same base, that is 5 to the power 7, 5 to the power 7, 5 to the power 7. Now, we write the base and then add them up. 7 plus 7 plus 7, that gives us 21. There is no need to write 7 plus 7 plus 7. So this will be the final version, which is in exponential form. This is a very, 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 very huge number. So guys, that is the third law. Now, let us not deviate from our topic, exponential equations. Now, the other one that we have to use is this, the fourth rule. The fourth rule is when you have something like this. Say you have a square root of 5. Now, guys, that is if you have a base under a radical sign. A base under a radical sign. This is a radical sign. So what do you do? The next thing that you do here is you write the base, and that is 5. Now this radical sign, here, if there is no number here, you know that the number that was supposed to be there is 2. So why the square root means we must find 2 factors that will make up this thing that we get under the radical sign. Let's make an example with 64. The square root of 64. What does it tell you? It tells you that I need 2 factors of 2 equal factors of 64. That will be 8 and 8. The number 2 comes here, even if it's not written. You must know that there is an invisible 2 that is there. So a radical sign tells you that you must get the inverse of that number. You close bracket, this is 2. Now the inverse, what is the inverse of 2? The inverse of 2 is half. It's 1 over 2. What we do is 1 over 2. Because you had 2 here. Now, we know that the reciprocal, that is the inverse. Let me write it here. The inverse of 2 is 1 over 2. 1 over 2. It's 1 over 2, which is half. You just invert it. That is invertendo. In Latin, it's called invertendo. Right. Then, that is exactly what you did here. Now, let's go to rule number 3. A power is raised to another power. What happened? The simplest way of getting the correct answer is this. Let me show you. What do? You write 5, 7, then to the power 3. Now the final answer is 5. You write the base. This is the base. It's 5. How do we get 21 using 7 and 3? And what is this? This is a bracket. What does it tell us? It tells us to multiply. Multiply 3 by 7, and then you get 21. Look at these 2 answers. Same. So guys, another tip that I want to tell you is never ever in your life find solutions but using a long way. I normally prefer shortcuts. Quick thinking needs short time. So I will prefer this. How many steps did I write in this option? It's 1, 2, 3. Here I wrote only 1 and 2. So the same applies here. You are going to, what is the exponent of 5? 5, this 5 is in bracket. What is its exponent? The exponent is 1. Let me put it. Now, we multiplied 7 by 3 to get 21. In this case, we multiply half by 1. Now, according to one of the fundamental principles, is when you multiply any number by 1, the product is that number. So 1 multiplied by half is half. Then this is equal to 5 to the power half. Now, it goes without saying that, therefore, this is our conclusion. The square root of 5 is the same as 5 to the power half. And from this, we can also conclude that implies This is another sign. This is another sign that is used in mathematics. That implies the cube root of 5 is equal to 5 to the power 1 over 3. And then the fourth root of 5 is equal to 5 to the power quarter. And that's it, guys. Now, this is just but a recap on what we did. But for the grade 11s, you are so fortunate because on the first day of your Genius Tuition Institute life, you got this. We don't encourage you to come here and sleep. You have to work. Thank you. So let's move on. Let's move on, guys. Now, here I have some tasks to do with you here. Yeah. Here we are. Let's take the first one. The first one is like number 1. It says 2 to the power x plus 1, then subtract 32 equals 0. Now, in each and every equation, guys, the fact is, at the end of the day, one side must be 0 in order to find a solution. If factorization is needed, you cannot factorize without having the other side being 0. So let's do it. We move. The first step is to get rid of the numbers, that is the constants. You move them to that other side. Now, you undo a negative sign by addition. Now, meaning, if you undo this, what are you going to do? You are going to add 32 to 0. And that will, remember, I told you that I prefer shortcuts. This, when it goes there, is going to be 32. 0 plus 32 is 32. No need to write 0 plus 32, sub A style. Right. Then we take this. Here, you will be left with 2 to the power x plus 1. Shortcut, guys. So, what do we have here? This is an exponential form, whereas this is a constant form. So, we need to convert this into an exponent, into a power that is exponential form. How do we do that? Right. There are those who don't know how to do it. Now, I'm going to show you something, guys. You know, there is one thing that I love about mathematics. They will tell you, even at metric level. I normally tell my kids, my tutees or learners this. You know what? When your mom and dad says to you, don't open that cupboard, what do you normally do? They will answer by saying, when they leave, I go there and I open. The same applies to this. When they say to you in a question paper, when they instruct you not to use a calculator, what do they tell you? To do the opposite. But now you must be smart, guys, because we use smartphones, smart houses, smart everything. So we must also have smart brains. They provided you with an answer. So make use of that calculator, but let them see nothing. Leave no trails, guys. Leave no trails. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Let me show you. Scientific calculator, you need fx 82 za plus. Then these are the functions that you are going to, this is the input. Your input will be like this. And this guys also works when you want to prime factorize any number. I am going to do exactly the same. Say your input will be 32, then 32, and then what do you put in again? You put in equal sign, input. Now we are doing coding. This is coding. We are coding now. 32, and then what do you put in? You put shift at the top right, top left, and then in other calculators you will find it written like this, inv. It should be the inverse. So, but in fx82za plus, it's shift, and then next punch in is shift, and then punch in, you will see fact. Now this button is on that button showing you degrees and minutes and seconds, something like that. This is the base, it's written on the base of the calculator, and this is on the button. So whenever you want to click fact, it's a shift, and then you click on this, and then you will be using fact. What is fact? Fact is factorization. That is prime factorization. Now, the output will be 2 to the power 5. So that's it, guys. This is how to be smart. This is how to be smart, guys. I like this. This is for smart people. Smart. Yes. Because we're using smartphones, smart calculators. This is a smart calculator. So, guys, let's get back to our business. What is the question that, or the solution that we need to find? Solve for x. We need to calculate the value of x. Find the value of x. Now we have 32 is 2 to the power x plus 1 equals 2 to the power 5. Now, another rule that we are going to apply here is, here you have, what do you see here? The bases, what do you notice? The bases are the same. In an equation where you have one term equals to another, but those terms are exponential, in exponential form. That implies if they have equal bases, their exponents are also equal. Look at this. 2 is equal to 2. Therefore, x plus 1 equals 5. Now, what do we conclude? Why do we say that? Because equal bases imply equal exponents. Now, the converse is also true. So that is why we have that statement. And now we are left with a linear function. Linear function, what is linear? Linear, if you cut, linear is spelled L-I-N-E-R, E-A-R. Linear. Look at this. Linear. Linear. Now cut this off. Cut this. This is a line. It's a line. Now this means this is a straight line graph, guys. So the final answer here, in order to, what number, when we were in grade 1, yes, we used to say this. What number should be added to 1 in order to give you 5? That was the question that we got. We were not aware that we were solving x. So some of the people who are not doing mathematics will say, hey, you are always solving x. X today is 5, x today, tomorrow is 7. What is the actual value of x? They know nothing. It's a variable. What does a variable mean? It varies. It changes. So x, what will the value of x be? X, you must get, in order to get this x, get rid of this. How do you get rid of it? By undoing it. How do you undo positive 1? You undo it by putting negative 1 this side and that side. Then if you subtract 1 this side, you get 4. There is no need to write the steps here. And most of the teachers will tell you that you have to write this step, you will get blah, blah, blah marks. No, that is not how we do it. Because this will lead you into not finishing your question paper. Remember, you are in grade 11, which is the first step to metric, in fact. Now, the others who are in grade 12, you are in metric, guys. So you don't have time to waste. So this is it, guys. Now, let's get to the other one. The other one is number 2. We have 125. It's 125. Then inside the brackets we have 3 to the power p. 3 to the power okay, let me do it this way. 3 to the power p, this will be my bracket, and then equals 27, then 5 to the power p. Find the value of p. Find the value of p. What am I supposed to do here? The first thing that you need to do, you look at this, and what you need to do, guys, is in order to solve p, how many p's do you have here? 1, 2. Different bases. But how are you going to do this? No. It's simple. Get rid of this to that side and get rid this to this side. You undo, bracket means multiplication, you undo multiplication by division. This is going to divide. That is 7. That will be 125 divide by 27, and that will be equal to 27 came to the side, then you're left with 5 to the power p over this goes to no. This one is 3. 3 to the power p. Now, what do you realize? What is this? 27. What is 27? What type of a number is this? 27. Is it a square? Nope. Is it a cube? Yes. 125. Is it a square? Nope. Is it a cube? Yes. Oh, this is a cube. So what do we do? Find the cube root of 125. That will be 5. This will be 5 to the power 3, and this will also be 3 to the power 3. And then we put it like that. This is 1 times 3. 1 times 3. So this is p is a common exponent. That is 5, then 3, then all to the power p. Now look at this. The base, what is our base? Here is our base, guys. And again, here is our base. We have the same base. Now, therefore, what do we conclude? We conclude that 3 is equal to p. Now, another thing is, don't forget to check. And that is exactly what I did. Dubs the genius is leading us nowhere. No. Okay? So air is human. Don't forget. All right. Now let's check this. Let us check this. I just want to, let's take that one. The left-hand side is 2 to the power x. What is the value of x? It's 4. 4 plus 1, and that gives us 2 to the power 5, which is 32. Oh my God. Now look at that one. This is 2 to the power 5, and that is 32. Therefore, it's correct. Now let's check this one. We have 125, then 3 to the power p. What is the value of p? It's 3. Then this is 9 times 125. Now the fastest way of multiplying by 9 is to multiply that number by 10 and subtract that number. Then that will be 1250 minus 125. Then let's check. 1250 minus 125, and then 1 is 5, then 4 is 2, then it's 1. Now this will be the answer. And then let's check this one. It's 5 to the power 3 is 125 times that. It's still the same. Still the same. Okay? That's it. Now, therefore, they are both correct. They are both correct. Now, let us recap. Guys, those who are in Genius virtual classes, I would like to say, please go to your ebooks. Go to your ebooks, and then page, if you use PDF, it's fine. You can also use that one of the link, that is Google Drive link. Page 22, go do task number 2, number 3. That is exercise 1 to 6. You do number 3, yeah, the rest. The ones that you don't do is just 1 and 2. Then from 3, yeah, to the last one, you do it. And then don't forget, acquaint yourself with our Google Classrooms, and then make sure that you post everything. Don't forget that technology, you will never cheat technology, but technology can cheat you if it sees you are not smart. So Make sure that you send your work into the Google Classroom. Otherwise, you are going to get 0. I'm very strict, guys. I am very strict because I know what I want out of you. I know there are geniuses hidden in you. And who hid those geniuses? You guys. Now we are going to unleash the genius in you. By so saying, guys, I would like to say, welcome, 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 welcome. And let us make sure that we do our best from term 1, from day 1 until we finish. Remember, the objective is to get distinctions. Never allow yourself to get a wrong mark in your book. Let that be a norm. So thank you, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow